All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 200th episode of the Rule 34 podcast, season 3. No intro. We're just getting straight into it. And you may hear a difference. I am joined by my guests,
Dominic,
or my fellow co-host, actually,
Castillo,
and Giovanni.
And the difference you may hear, for the first time since, what, Dom? March 2020?
Since the pandemic.
I think March 2020, we're here in person. And as Dom mentioned before recording, the craziest part is we started this, and not once have we recorded in person until now, 200 episodes later.
It's been quite a ride. And that's the exact thing I said a whole year ago here again. With Giovanni Galvan.
Yeah, Gio's been here for, at this point, 45 episodes now. This is episode 45. He's been. How have you been, though, Dom?
I've been pretty good. I've been happy with my new aero discs on my car. I don't see anything funny about having aero discs on a car, Gio.
You keep bringing them up, man.
The aero discs are very cool. I got a lot of compliments from my co-workers, meaning I am valid within the space of my co-workers. Anyways, I've been doing better. I've got through my fever, but now I just have the common cold, so I'm coughing, so I apologize if I cough a lot. What else? Life's been okay at the moment. My PC's messed up. I've had to fix 2 fans because they weren't spinning. And I had to find out that the PWM on the power supply was incorrectly placed this whole time. And I'm like, no. So I fixed it. The RGB was fine. And I got to play Overwatch 2. I mean, I didn't play Overwatch 2. But I got to, see if the PC didn't overheat. Because, 2 fans not spinning is not Gucci flip-flops.
Overwatch 2 had.
You gotta look at the bright side. You got those aero discs.
I do have the aero discs. He's not wrong. For those who don't know, aero discs are basically another also coined as a term.
Didn't he say this like 2 episodes ago?
Aero discs cool the brakes, but they're also meant for race car room.
Yes, it doesn't really affect your car because your car is hard stuck 55 miles an hour.
That is actually not true. I went on the freeway. I went at 65.
It doesn't
75.
go fast enough for them to actually have an effect on your car. And
sure
considering how you never actually
that's the whole point of the aero discs.
How you never actually race.
The whole point of the aero discs is to push
it looks
air.
Nice. It looks nice, but
form
there's
over function.
There's no point in talking
Function
about the
over
technicalities of it because it's completely useless to a car like
ASAP
this.
Rocky has turbo
yeah,
fans.
but he has like a 20 what?
It's like an 80s Mercedes.
He does?
It's a Mercedes Cosworth. I forgot what's the exact
Did
model.
you know that he's coming out in the new Need for Speed?
He's in Need for Speed Unbound. And
Are you gonna get it?
I already pre-ordered it.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I want to, because I love the Need for Speed franchise.
Yeah.
Especially with Need for Speed Heat. Was amazing.
The best.
It looks a little too cartoonish, like a comic book cartoon.
It's. I think they got some animators from London who made the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Really?
They got some animators
Nice.
from there to help out.
So I'm definitely gonna get it then.
It's hopefully it's a banger. I hope to God. Playboy Cardi is gonna be on there. I'm buying it because of him.
Which one did you get? Which one did you pre-order?
I just got the regular. I didn't get the Palace edition because I just felt like it's too expensive.
Oh.
It's $80 compared to the $70 price tag for the regular pre-order based title. So
Do you know what it comes with, or?
I think 150,000 in-game credits and like license plate covers and like decals you get. The Palace edition I believe comes with like 5 vehicles that are like pre-customized and 1 million credits. Money is power. Money talks. You should pre-order the game, Giovanni Galvan. I feel like it's a very cool game with ASAP Rocky. With
I use your racing chair.
I don't think I will.
I don't think I will.
What about you, Gio? How have you been?
Okay, I'm trying to get to this without laughing because it's just way too cringe. How have I been? Since the last time we made an episode, it's all been work. I think we were able to play once Overwatch together.
We have yet to play with the new mid-season update.
Yeah, that is true. Did you see that, by the way? There was a lot of changes.
Yeah, there was a ton of nerfs. the biggest issue. It seems like with any update, Overwatch has its issues. Console players couldn't invite and join each other in lobbies like the first few hours that it was out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was like other issues too. But the good thing is, just to go like on a small tangent, is they added aim assist back for console players when they play with PC players.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that.
Except competitively.
Oh.
Or in competitive, which makes no sense because you can't even play competitive with like cross-play lobbies. But besides that,
that's only PC. You could do it with Xbox. You could do
yeah, because it's console.
Yeah, because it's console.
But you can't do console and PC competitive.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks because our the best healer in our friend group, Joseph, not healer but support character Joseph, he can't play with us at all, which we really do need because if you see like half of the people that we play with, it's anyways. Moving on, work has been really cool. We worked. Me and Dominic worked both nights at the Post Malone concert. The first night we were able, I don't know if we could publicly say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. We were, after alcohol cut off, we were allowed to go into the empty suites and watch, like, I think the last hour of the concert, which was pretty poggers. That was night 1. But in night 2, it was a lot busier, especially for Dom's level. So he didn't really have the opportunity. I did because one of the, what is he, like a supervisor?
He was a supervisor.
He's a supervisor. He bought his own suite, and then he saw me walking by. He told me to come in and stuff, and then I was able to watch when he brought out YG and Wiz Khalifa, and that was lit. Well, not Post, the other guy, Roddy Rich, when he brought him out, and I was like, yo, that's lit. And then they started smoking and stuff. Dude, I think honestly on sea level there was it smelled so much of weed that I think I got secondhand high because I was not feeling right after. I was like, yo, what's going on here? But it was a lot of fun. I know Joseph, you went night 2, right?
Yeah, night 2 Wednesday, final day of the tour.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to events like that, you know that video of that security guard who's checking people and he's barely checking them?
Yeah.
That's probably what they do because freaking, my goodness, like how Gio was saying, there was not in my area, thankfully, but you could see in other areas how bad it was.
It smelled fruity in our section, like someone just shot a vape.
Yeah, the security does not do a good job with stuff like that. Walk in with a water bottle and he has a bomb.
Yeah, I think they don't really. Do they have a problem with vapes and stuff? No, huh?
I don't think no.
No, because even our employees have them, and they're taking hits while leaving food and stuff. I don't know. I think that's, I don't know. It was a very fun experience because the first time, night 1 when we watched it, I don't know, Dominic somehow fell asleep while watching it. I don't know. I was like, oh, they're jamming, and I looked to my left, and then I was like, there's no way this man fell asleep while watching the concert. But then, dude, what did you think about towards the end of it, where he started doing those special performances for those 2 songs? It was it was black and white, and he was
on the yeah, I
into
thought
the
that,
camera, dude. That was sick.
You know how he had a cameraman there, right?
Yeah.
I want to see what that looked like through the cameraman's perspective. I hope they release a video because watching it that felt like watching almost like a theater performance. Almost.
Yeah, dude, that thing was so sick.
It was so sick to see. I know the song, I just couldn't think of what the name was because I know my brother asked me about it. But yeah, watching that live was pretty sick, and I overall the concert was so enjoyable. I don't know if you guys were able to catch it or if you were busy working, but it was funny because the show basically had 4 acts. And the first guy that was up was basically just a DJ who was playing, random songs to get people hyped up. But the funniest part was he finishes his set as a DJ. And he's like, oh yeah, this tour changed my life and all that. My mom and dad and people are here in the crowd supporting. He's like, oh, I love y'all. Thank y'all for all the support. And then he leaves without telling anyone what his name was, what his DJ name is, where you can find him on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. He just leaves without saying anything. And then the second guy comes up. I don't know who he was. I think his name was Tyler Yahweh. He performed 2 songs and then that was it. He left too. But at least he told people, oh yo, my name is Tyler Yahweh and all that. So people know where to find him. But I just found it funny that first DJ was this tour changed my life. And you don't even know who he is. Someone in our area literally goes, but who are you? What's your name? And he just walks out and leaves. It's okay, I guess we'll never be able to help support you, man. But then Roddy Rich went on. before Post Malone. As Gio mentioned, he brought out YG and Wiz Khalifa.
YG was only on for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is true. He came out, performed like half of his song, and then just left.
It wasn't even half. It was only a verse.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny experience. And then Post obviously came on. And the funniest part is he comes on, and because of the area we're sitting in, it was like we could obviously see, but you know how he had that curved stage, so he was like kind of blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was 5 of us. So my cousin next to me, she can get like basically a full view of him when he came out. I only got like half a view of him when he first came out, because or I don't know if you guys saw, but he came out basically like through like an elevator underneath. Mm-hmm. So I saw half of him come up. My cousin next to me only saw like his foot, and then my other cousin and Marco didn't even see him. So when he came up, they just heard like the crowd yelling, but they couldn't see what they were yelling at. And he did that first song, Reputation. He did it all in that spot where like you could barely see him. Mm-hmm. And one of my cousins like basically looked over at me and goes, "You better use all 3 of those stages. We didn't get 3 stages just for him to stay there where we can't see him." But thankfully he went and used all 3 of those stages.
I don't know, I wasn't like paying that much attention on night 2, but did he bring out some dude named Kevin to help him with the guitar?
Kevin, I don't think so.
Did he jump up from like the crowd?
Yeah, he because in night 1 there was like this random dude who like jumped up onto the stage. Like when we watched it, we were like, "Oh, that's just a fan, right?" Like he's just like trying to get in. But then he's like, "Oh, everyone, this is Kevin. He's gonna help me with the guitar." And then he starts playing the guitar, and we're just like,
"No, he played the guitar himself this time around."
And then I don't know, Kevin only played a little bit. Like shout out Kevin. Like that's literally all we know. His name is Kevin.
That was the guy who was passing him the drinks down there in the pit. Then.
Oh my gosh, dude! They handed him like 10 drinks or something. Like that man was drinking so much that night.
Dude, he was night 1 when we watched it. He was going crazy. Dude, like his hands were all over the place. He was doing like this weird stuff, and he got on the floor, like he was literally like face down on the floor singing, and I was like, this guy is insane. I didn't know Post had that kind of like energy on stage. I thought it was gonna be like
that meme of Drake like screaming into the mic, and they're like, he don't got one song that he needs to be doing this with. But yeah, I was not expecting Post to have that type of like stage presence that he had, especially because like. It was funny. He was like, "Oh, my voice isn't like that well right now. I'm kind of losing it." But yet he still sounded pretty good. And then that man was like, it was funny. He said he was gonna make up for it with his dance moves, and that man was just moving all throughout all 3 stages every single time. What song was it at the end? Was it during White Iverson or Congratulations? I don't remember. That man took off his shirt though, and I got a bit scared he was about to take off even more. And I was like, "Oh no."
Also, considering your position where you were at, did you by any chance get spooked the first second those fireworks went off?
Dude, you could feel the heat from the flames up there.
Dude,
it was crazy.
I got scared, like, yo.
Yeah, because he fooled her when he sent out first, like, the sparks that, like, didn't make any noise. And out of nowhere, you just see them go out and then the loud noise, and you're like, whoa, what the heck? And then, like I said, you could, despite being all the way up there, like in section like 300 or something, you could feel the heat on you. And I was like, man, this is crazy. And like,
dude, I got scared because I don't know during what song it was, but at first it was just like the normal ones. You went like pa pa pa, and then like a really loud one, and that like kind of like shook me. I was like, well. But then after that, like all the other ones like didn't get me. I just wasn't expecting like the last one to be like that much louder than the rest.
Yeah.
You talk about the intermission.
Oh, gosh,
dude, the intermission, something happened, like, on night 2, something really, like...
YG was on the freeway getting over here.
I thought you said it was Roddy
really?
Ricch.
Oh, no, yeah, Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch was, when he got on, he was all like, my bad, guys, I'm sorry. I was on the 10, or I was on the 110 to get to the 10, or the 10 to get to the 110 to get over here. There was just traffic. And I was like, what the hell? Like, aren't you supposed to be here already? Like, what do you mean you were on the freeway?
Bad management.
Yeah, there was, like, because it was, like I said, it was the first 2 acts, and then we had this long intermission before Roddy Ricch finally came on, and then a long intermission before Post came on, and like, 2 of my cousins and I were literally falling asleep during the intermissions because we're like, come on, man, we came here for a concert. It's supposed to be back to back to back.
During the intermission between Roddy and Post, like this really like pretty, like I think she was. I don't want to assume what her nationality was, but like this really cute Asian lady came up to me, right? And she had like she didn't like know English that well, Like this isn't like a down bad moment. Like that ass, she wasn't like hot pretty. She was just like pretty. You know what I mean? Mark, you know what I mean? Like when someone was just pretty.
Yeah.
And then she
Which
came
one
up
is
to
it?
me like in bad English. She says, like basically when is the intermission over? Because she wanted to see Post. I don't know what she had to do, but she was like she didn't want to miss Post coming up. And like she gave me like the biggest smile ever, dude. And I was literally like, dude, I'm about to be arrested. But,
What?
okay, maybe that's taking it a little too far. But then, you know, Roger.
Yeah.
I opened the door to the pantry, right? Because I'm trying to come in, but she's still talking to me, and I'm saying I don't know. But you know, do your thing. You'll probably have time.
Yeah.
And then Roger looks
Do
at
your
me like
thing, 21.
Roger's like one of the. Don't do that, bro. The song is so. That song is something else. But anyways, Roger, one of our servers, he looked at me and he's like, "Yo, good job, man. You're out here flirty." And I'm just like, I'm just doing my thing, dude. But yeah, that moment's gonna stay with me for a cool bit. Not like in a weird way, but
Yeah, but overall, that concert was enjoyable.
You could tell he really cares for his fans.
Yeah, that man
dude,
does.
no,
That's
He's literally gave the same speeches at the same time, dude. He literally said the exact same thing on night 2 that he did on night 1. He literally said, "Thank you so effing much." Literally at the same moments. I was like, dude, I was looking at Don. Wait, were you with me? No, you weren't.
No,
with me.
he was talking about the gargantuan hug thingy.
Oh yeah.
He said it twice. The second night,
Oh,
it
the
didn't
bear
seem.
hug?
Yeah, the bear hug. It didn't seem as genuine as the first night.
Yeah, and the
He-
first night he was like
he's like-
actually like
he's
sincere.
like,
Like, I think
yeah.
he even started crying at
Yeah,
some
yeah.
point. Like it felt sincere, but then at the second night when he's like literally saying the same things again,
It's
giving
not-
the same speeches, making the same segues, I was like, all right, this dude ran out of creativity on night 1.
Did he bring out anyone night 1?
Night 1, he brought out.
Just Roddy Rich.
He brought someone. No, it was just Roddy.
No, it was just Roddy Rich.
Yeah, no, because this one he brought out obviously Roddy Ricch to perform his song "Cooped Up." He brought out the Kid Leroy, which I didn't recognize at first because he was wearing that hat, and I was also confused because at first I was confused because he was like, "Oh, my friend from Australia." And I was like, "Who the hell has he made a song with that's from Australia?" And then,
Not
I was
even.
so mad. No one knew who he was.
well,
Dude, if he brought out Savage, I would have gone insane.
that's what I was. I mean, obviously, I didn't. I just went to obviously have fun at the concert, but like in the back of my mind, I was like, if he brings out 21 Savage or The Weeknd or like Doja Cat to perform the song, I was like, that's gonna be crazy. But 'cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's me having too high of expectations, and wanting to bring out those songs, but like he has a song with Doja Cat. But I don't know. You would think last show not only in LA but also like of the tour until like next year or the year after. It's like I don't know. But you also gotta understand that like I don't know, maybe 21 Savage has plans with like Drake for a tour. Who knows? I hope not. Not after listening to that
After all
album.
that Twitter stuff, he's not.
He's never.
He's taking a break from seeing Drake.
But I know for sure The Weeknd was obviously a stretch because that man's doing stadium shows, so it's a stretch to assume he'll come out for a small stadium at this point. But still a great concert nonetheless. I had a lot of fun. He played all the songs I wanted him to play, except for one.
There was a song that I don't know which one it is, but it's like the intro bit was giving me like what's that song by The Weeknd? Something lights, blinding lights.
Blinding Lights.
Blinding Lights. It was giving me that. I was like, oh, dude, I really want to go to a Weeknd concert now.
Yeah,
That makes one of us.
Oh, that shade.
really good concert though. I really enjoyed it. That was our Wednesday, and then we didn't record yesterday because we went out to eat with some friends. Had a good time.
Dude, that was hilarious. Like, I don't remember laughing that hard.
Yeah, that was a fun experience. All the stories we were telling, and then basically yesterday on a whim, we were like, "Hey, why not record in person for the 200th episode? Make it special." And it's just crazy to think of the journey to this point because, as we mentioned at the start, Gio joined at the start of season 3, and really, you technically joined or not joined, but you made your appearance on
I think like late season 2.
season 2, episode 70, when we started talking about Modern Warfare. And then you joined for the review of Post Malone's album 12 Karat Toothache, and then you finally made your appearance with us again in wait, I can't remember if you were here for this 2-year anniversary. Was he here?
The 2-year anniversary.
Because that was the final episode of season 2, episode 79, 2-year anniversary.
I don't think
I
I
don't think
was.
so now.
But it's pretty crazy to see, especially looking back, like because we did episode 100. When we did episode 100, we kind of looked back on all the episodes, and now we're here 100 episodes later. It's kind of crazy to think how far we've come, especially when you think in terms of like, I guess, reach. Like, I know I've been slacking a bit with the TikToks, but also it's like there's been issues at hand with posting them at times. But like, it's crazy to think that like we went from just the two of us and then the three of us just talking to then having like multiple videos kind of get like a high amount of views.
Dude, those TikToks went hard. We did a little bit of clickbait. I'm pretty sure you've seen our numbers.
I watch all of his.
Oh yeah,
He tells me about it, and I go on TikTok because like there was this one time he made a TikTok and he got like a weird comment from a dude,
Oh, yeah.
and then I went to go see it and I was like,
Yeah, you get some weird people. I mean, I have to say the weirdest TikTok / YouTube short like reaction we ever got was all I did was upload like a 15-second clip of Gio talking about the Booker T Stone Cold Supermarket Brawl, and all it was Gio just going, "Oh, it was funny," and especially when he came out like the milk section, I wasn't expecting it was funny, and like 3 people disliked it, and I was like, it's just him sharing his opinion. Why would they dislike it? But they don't
they
like
out here
it.
hating.
They out here hating. And then I got someone hating on me just because I was talking about how
The album covers.
the K-pop album covers weren't that good.
You forgot to mention what you did in the intermission with our cousin.
Oh yeah, I bought tickets to another concert.
Which one?
Paramore. It's a group I like.
No,
Oh,
Paramore.
that's cool.
It
Wait,
broke
I
a
bought-
riff in the family for a second.
I bought tickets like floor seats because they were to them. It's
Oh, that's the 2 something that you spent.
yeah. To them, it's expensive and not worth it. To
I mean,
me,
but to
it's
you,
very
it's
much worth
literally,
it.
dude, I would pay like $1,000 to see Twice, like front row seats, dude.
That's mad. $1,000.
I would pay $1,000, dude, to see them like right in front of me. I would give my entire checking account to them.
You're crazy.
I'm not kidding.
I don't think I would ever go to that
Because like
extent.
to you it's like crazy, but as Jack's saying, to us, like we're like Paramore. Come on, man.
Top 3 band for me.
It's,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
it
but,
makes
like,
sense,
That's a lot of money.
dude.
though.
Like Twice.
We talked about
I
it
go
on an
hard in
episode.
pain.
Remember, to some people, music obviously they're gonna have a different bias to it because of their level of connection to it. You know.
True.
So like to other people, it doesn't seem worth it that I spent that amount of money. But to me, Paramore is a very band that's dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Hayley Williams is a woman that is very dear to my heart because of how would you put it? Basically, she is a very important figure in my life for a lot of the things that she did for me during a lot of my low points, along with Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. Those two, they helped me through a lot. So it's like to see her in person, to be there, because my cousin already told me we're reserving that day off. We're leaving there early and making sure we get there early so that we can get like
Is
to
it
the
like
front.
general admission? Like whoever gets there first.
Yeah, it's basically just it's tickets
First
in the
come,
pit.
first served.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tickets in the pit. We already bought them, but since it's pit tickets, it's you get there, and wherever spot you get on floor seats is where you get.
Dude, you have to leave so early. For
Yeah,
that.
which is why she said we're leaving early because we want to be like either in the front or like just somewhere close
No, like
to the front.
whatever you think is early, leave earlier.
Yeah, because thankfully she drives, so she told me we're leaving that day. So it's like, to me, I already know it's gonna be a surreal experience to be there and watch, songs of my childhood being performed, songs that have a real deep connection to me being performed, and seeing the woman who made that possible. It's like, and then it's a multitude of things. It's like, I don't know. You two obviously know. I'm gonna be very personal here, real quick on the podcast. You two know I was very depressed for a long time. I've had a lot of moments in my life robbed from me from that, and so it's like this year I've been essentially, if you want to say, reclaiming that life back. I went to this Post Malone concert, had a good time. We're going to the AEW event at the start of next year. That's in a couple months. It's crazy to think about, and it's like, I get to do that. I get to see that. And, it's crazy because you look at it, it's like the Post Malone concert. It's not my first ever concert. I've been to 3 Days Grace concert and then 3 NF concerts. This was my 5th concert ever, though. And I mentioned to you guys, this is my first time stepping in and in front of the state. I've never been even in front of the Staples Center before.
Oh, really?
So this is my first time even going there
Wow.
and being in the building. And then it's like next year, the AEW event. That's my first ever wrestling event ever I'm going to attend.
Dude, I was about to ask a stupid question. I was gonna say, because I would think, you're a big Philly fan.
Oh, I've gone to a Eagles game against the Rams.
I was with the basketball side.
Oh no, I've never been able to go to a Sixers game. I've always said like, I'll go see the Sixers play the Lakers. I honestly should have gone that day that they played, and you remember Embiid dropped like 48 or something like that.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there to see that game, but I've been to a Phillies game against Dodgers like about 2 or 3 times, and then I watched the Eagles play the Rams in the Coliseum back in 2018. It was the year after they won the Super Bowl, and that was fun because we were like right behind one of the end zones. It was real cool to see. But yeah, so it's
Who
like
did we see? We saw the Broncos versus
the Rams. Yeah, it was a preseason game. Dom got to see a Raiders fan personally escorted out by police.
Dude, we should try to go to more sporting events.
Mm.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Like the next time Philly's in town for like whatever reason, I'm down to go.
Yeah, I'm down to go too. I mean, they might. I'm trying to think because I know when the NFL schedule comes out, it's always like a rotation. Like they play certain divisions each week. I know this year Philly played the NFC North. Last year they didn't play the Rams, so 2018 was the last time, and then obviously 2020 they weren't traveling. 2021 it was limited traveling, and I don't think they came here. I think next year should be the year that they're back here, but that's in SoFi, so that's gonna take a lot of planning and potentially could be expensive. But I'd be down to go. And hell, you were watching the World Series along with me, just to show your support. So I'd be down to go to a baseball game. Philly and Dodger games are always they feel long when you're there, but usually Phillies versus Dodger is always like kind of how would you say, like worth your money.
Like, I feel like regular season games are going to be a lot more exciting because there's like less on the line, I guess. Because like during the World Series, everyone was trying to play it safe, walking certain batters to avoid getting like strong hits. Yeah, stuff, but like normal games should be a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, they beat the Dodgers 3-1 in the series during the regular season when they came, and Philly was like lights out that game. Like they were hitting home runs across all 3 or 4 games. They were pitching almost like shutouts for most quarters, so it was like real fun to watch, like just on my phone. So I could only imagine what a game is like, and obviously you being the LeBron fan, we probably got to go see a game.
I've had I'm being like serious right now. I'm literally like the last month or 2 ago, I've stopped being a LeBron fan. No, since like last season, dude, I've stopped being a LeBron fan because one, he's literally all hype now. He like hardly plays games that he should be playing, and when he does play, he doesn't do enough. Like everyone's saying that LeBron is like, oh, he's able to carry his team and work with like really bad players. With the Cavs and stuff, like he went to the playoffs with this team. Oh, he's the greatest. He literally has Westbrook. I mean, Westbrook is kind of like 50-50. But Westbrook is still a good player. He has AD. He has a bunch of like good support players. And they're like, what, 2-8 right now or 2-9?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening, bro? Like, that ass... Don't put LeBron and me in the same sentence ever again.
And obviously we can't exclude Dom out of these things. I don't know what events Dom would ever like to go to, but didn't you wasn't there, you wanted to go to a convention this year, right?
I wanted to go to the Anime Expo back in July. I missed out on it because tickets were available since January, and I was only thinking last minute, I want to go to the expo because there was a specific game, a small little indie game that was going to be there. I wanted to be there to show my support, and I was late to the tickets.
Wait, but like what happens at an anime expo? Because I've seen like clips and stuff from like vlogs.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like a bunch of people have like really strong passion for anime. They either like cosplay as like certain characters, and they go and they have like panels where like people talk about stuff. But like
no, but it not only it's panels, but it's also like game small little indie companies showing off the new games, whether it be anime related or anything cartoon related. But it's also like indie animators as well, like who are there to get a whole panel to show off their art, show off their animations. Maybe they'll give you like a sticker, a hat, or something like that.
Wait, what kind of art?
So at the Anime Expo, there's two sections. There's the everybody section where everybody goes, and then there's the
not
18
safe
and plus section.
the not safe for
The
work.
not safe for work, which
not
is like
safe for work at work.
it's where the kids don't go.
Is that where you wanted to go?
Maybe. I had enough money at the time.
I mean,
so-
with
Do
this,
they still
with
do-
this collection, it's not.
Do they still do E E3?
I
haven't heard about E3 in
I
a long
believe
time.
E3 was canceled this year. The only reason is because every other gaming company like BlizzCon does their own thing,
Yeah, they
Sony
do
does
their
their
own-
own thing,
You got the Game Awards where they
Game
reveal
Awards
things.
exactly. So maybe next year I'll go to the Anime Expo. But in terms of other events,
The Game Awards. Let's pull up to the Game Awards.
the Game Awards might be awesome. I was thinking of attending like Formula One events at Long Beach or Formula Drift events in
Dude.
Long Beach.
I don't know about drifting, but the Formula One, I'm down.
There's at the expo. There's also at the convention center. I mean, there's the auto exotic cars thing where you could go and look at cars and stuff like that.
I'll down, be down.
Which
to
is
go
this
to that.
November 25th.
They used to do a car show in Glendale, actually. Like, they would close off the street and you just walk and look at all these old cars.
But is it like old cars or like
It's like
You know,
old,
like
new,
exotic
old school
cars too.
exotics,
like
concepts.
Paganis and
It's,
stuff?
it's
Dude, because if I could see a Pagani in person, I'm gonna.
I've seen a Pagani Chinky once, or a Shinkei, I forgot what it's called. Dude.
Gotta be careful with the way you pronounce that nowadays, man.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask, about the gaming awards. How much time do we have?
We could do a part 2.
It's fine, we have time. About the gaming awards, I saw that Overwatch 2 was nominated for like the best multiplayer game for 2022.
I'm
Did you guys see that?
I'm surprised seeing that it only came out like a month
Yeah,
ago.
it's Overwatch 2 and Modern Warfare 2. Like those are like the two big things that were like nominated for best multiplayer game of the year. There's like other ones, but like I low-key never heard of them before. And then I saw one comment, like one says like Overwatch 2 is more fun, but I think Modern Warfare 2 deserves it more. And I'm just like, that's a bold statement to make.
That's the thing though. Overwatch 2 is Overwatch 1. And Modern Warfare 2 is just Modern Warfare 2019. Built upon Modern Warfare 2 when it came out back during the PS3 days.
Yeah.
So it's literally, it's nothing new worth of content or storyline, if that makes sense. And it's just the same games that we already had.
Okay, but to say that MW2 deserves it more over Overwatch.
I never said it didn't. But I
No,
don't
I'm
think
just
it
saying
does.
that's what they said. But to make a statement saying that one game that's basically, well, both games are basically just the continuation of the previous games.
Yeah.
But to say that one deserves it more than the other, why though? Like, I don't see how. I mean, Warzone blew up, and it made like a lot of names big. Like a lot of like streamers blew up because of Warzone.
But the Overwatch
Dude, Overwatch has like that legacy.
But Overwatch made a lot of those streamers that then transitioned into
Yeah.
Warzone.
True.
Like,
Overwatch literally, I know they were probably big before, but like Overwatch literally blew up guys like Tim the Tap Man,
XQC.
XQC literally got into the Overwatch league
Yeah.
because of his streams and all that, and obviously being a good player. But he literally was getting onto rosters in the initial Overwatch league days. You know, it's like people blew up off of Overwatch coming out, and then when Warzone, they just blew up even more from the fan base that they already had.
Yeah, if Overwatch had like better management during like its later years, I mean they ditched it for Overwatch 2 and stuff, but I don't know, Overwatch could have been as big as Warzone. The only reason Warzone was big is because there was nothing else to play at the time besides
Yeah.
Apex. But
And
Apex,
Fortnite.
Apex is a lot more. I don't know. It's like you need to try a lot more and like invest a lot more into Apex to actually like make something of it.
And I'd honestly still give it to Overwatch. I know this is gonna be like, oh, that
Like a
that
biased
doesn't
opinion.
like not just a bias, but like it seems like an unjust sort of like opinion to include like outside things. But like at least Blizzard has been very communicative and very listening to the community. Because I don't know if you guys saw the news recently, but they started talking about how in season 2 they're gonna implement for these different events free skins that you can earn. So you remember, like, back in Overwatch 1, there was a thing where it's like there would be weekly challenges where win this amount of games you get this skin. They're bringing that back because they've heard that people have been complaining about the lack of sort of a reward system in the game when leveling up, when playing these games. Like when you're not playing competitive and ranking up, there's there's kind of no point in playing like quick play because you don't get loot boxes anymore. So you know they're listening and they're like, okay, well, you know, we're doing these mid-season patches for characters that you guys want us to nerf. We're listening to you guys on your complaints about, you know, the reward system. It's like they feel more active in their community than, you know, the Call of Duty scene has been.
Dude, I saw a really bad take the other day on like Overwatch Twitter. I'm just used to saying like, you know, Overwatch Twitter, K-pop Twitter. That this person said that, you see how Kiriko, she's tier 55 if you want to get it for free or buy it, get it instantly. This person said, I don't want to grind 7 months to get the free character or spend $10. They said like $20. I don't know why. I guess the premium one. Is that a thing?
No, because when you buy just a regular, you get the character right away.
Yeah. Or spend money to get the character. Like, it makes no sense. One, it doesn't take that long to get it. Just literally play the game and you'll eventually get it. Because, you know. And two, if you don't want to, you know, wait, which is kind of redundant. Why would you spend $10 on to get the character instantly, and still have to grind for the rest of the battle pass when you could just grind the battle pass?
True.
You're still getting stuff. You're not getting as much, but you're still getting stuff and getting the character that you want.
Wait,
the fact that she's meta is a different story.
Yeah, the thing is, like, that's been the main argument is, oh, what about like these characters that are meta? But it's like,
not every character is going to be like that.
not every character is going to be meta, and then also it's like they provide you a grace period before that character is unlocked in competitive. Yeah. So you won't have to worry about if you're playing competitive, the other team having it and no one else being able to switch to it, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, maybe it's just because, I don't know, maybe for some reason in Overwatch 2 I'm just a tryhard, but like, I got through the battle pass pretty quickly. Like, I got to tier 80 and everyone else was like, how the heck you get that far? And I'm like, I just played and did whatever challenges they asked me to, and boom, I got to tier 80 and finished everything.
I think out of like our friend group, you were the first one to finish it. Because when you finished it, I was down like 50, like in the 50s. Because like, you know.
Yeah, but
just
like,
play the game and you'll get what you want.
Yeah, just play the game. And like the challenges aren't even that difficult. Half the time it's just play 3 games queued for all roles. Play 3 games or 5 games as characters not in your top 5. Like the only difficult point is the weekly ones because they're more of a nuance in a way. Like, you know, like the weekly challenges are more specific than the daily ones. Half the times I complete the daily challenges without even like going for it, you know. But then like the weekly ones, you have to like literally go out of your way to complete it. Like half the time it's like win 10 games as 2 different roles. So you have to, you know, go out of your way to play one role for 10 games straight, or not just 10 games straight because that's if you even win 10 games in a row, but play it for however many times until you get 10 wins and then play another 10. Have to mitigate this much damage, so you got to go out of your way to play tank, go out of your way to play healer. But like daily challenges, the ones that actually give you battle pass XP, like I said, I just complete them and I'm like, I didn't even know that I was doing that as a challenge.
Yeah, like there's moments when I finish the match and I've done like 4 challenges and I'm like, that's cool.
I do agree though with the sentiment that like there's a lack of reward system in the sense of like purpose of grinding, especially when you're only a quick play player. But I think from what we've seen, they're working towards finding ways to make that improvement. Because I have heard from multiple friends and just people online that that's kind of what kills it for them, is just that sort of like rewardless grind. That like you're doing all this, but there's no reward to all your grinding.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Dom about, I mentioned this to Dom yesterday because we had like downtime because we weren't doing anything at work. And I said, I wish that like comp was still like the original system in, like from Overwatch 2 where you had elo, because like that way you could kind of see like your progress, like you're going up or you're going down because you're losing or winning elo. And now it's kind of like you have to win 7 matches or lose 20 to either somehow, if you're lucky, rank up, stay in the same rank, or somehow D-rank. And it's kind of like you don't see how well you're doing until you get those 7 wins. Or you lose
and you
20.
don't see how you got to like a point where you D-rank or just not rank up at all. Because I think I told you guys, like, it was also partly because of a glitch, but like my friend has won like has completed those 7 games 3 times, and he's stayed at the rank he's been at despite playing at a high level. We rarely lose matches in between that 7-game win, and it's like he just doesn't understand why he's still like stuck at that level. And partly it's a glitch because of what happened during the early season of comp, but like it's also part of that where it's like you can't, there's nothing to indicate to you whether it's because of a glitch or it's genuinely, you know, you're still slowly ranking up through the elos. There's definitely a lot to it that like can be improved, but I don't know. I think you could give it multiplayer game of the year because like it definitely has been, how would you say, it's definitely had the most attention so far, especially when it came to when Overwatch League was running its course. You know, all those people decided to tune in, of course, and partly because a lot of people tuned in not only to watch but to get rewards for watching it. But you know, and I think that's a cool thing is like they kind of give incentives to watch their product. You know, like hey, support these different streamers to get this item.
Yeah, and the thing, like, there's been like a problem with drops lately, and Overwatch Blizzard is on top of it, which is nice to see. I really wish there was a drop for like the Winston werewolf skin. I wish I would have done that one.
Yeah, I ended up doing it to get it, but I don't know. It was funny because half the time I just leave it on like on my second phone and then just have it on in the background, collecting the hours from it.
How much time? All right, Jack. I wanted to save this to like the end at some point because it is kind of like the celebration of, or like our celebration for you for the 200th episode. Like I don't know if the viewers know. Jack's been like, he's like the glue of our group. Like whenever we want to play Overwatch, everyone's like, someone's asking, yo, is Jack getting on too? If Jack doesn't get on, I'm not getting on. You're like the glue that keeps us all together, right? And there's been a problem lately with Overwatch because we want to play competitive with you, but you don't have a PC. So we decided, our friend group, we all came together. I guess I orchestrated it, so I'm taking credit. So we came together and we said, let's buy Jack a PC. So we did.
With my credit card.
Yes, so Dom bought the PC. Jose's outside with it, and that's our gift to you.
He's outside.
Somewhere. He said he's up there or down there.
Where's Ashton Kutcher at? What the hell did his show used to be? Do you remember? I know it might be a bit past your guys' time, but what was it?
I remember.
Punked. There we go.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher with Punked.
That sounds very...
Where the cameras at? This is a lie.
Yeah.
Right? This is a lie, right? This is just to get a reaction on the podcast?
No, like deadass. We bought you a PC and we're going to bring it in a moment. Dom's going to go help him.
Be right back to
Yeah.
the listeners. You should touch my hands because
I got hand sanitizer.
He was touching his penis.
Well, what? Bro, the mic's still on, man. The mic's still on. Well, with 2 minutes left, I guess Dom won't sign out because they're doing this. I'm busy giving hugs all around for this special gift. But, what's it called? I just want to say thank you to all the listeners. I want to thank Gio for joining because I've told Gio before, but when he joined, it kind of gave new life to the podcast. Not that Dom and I were slacking, but like we hit a creative peak once Gio joined because we started going with all these different ideas. We jumped to recording 2 episodes a week. We branched out. I started my sports one, started a K-pop one with Gio. We haven't recorded in a while, but that's because
work and stuff.
Because of work and then some releases. I don't know if we're gonna review the BI one, but
Yeah, definitely.
okay. But I just want to say thank you to all the friends. Thank you to all the support I've gotten. Glad to see episode 200. It was funny when was it with the 50th or the 100th? I think it was with the 100th. My dad was like, "Here's to 100 more episodes," and it's like. It's crazy to think we've gotten this far because I know when Dom and I started, we were like, I wonder how long we'll keep this going. Like, will it actually be something that we keep for a while? And it's like, doesn't seem to stop anytime soon. And I know Dom has always said, like, oh, like, imagine if the podcast blows up. But there's always a part of me that's like, yeah, I want it to blow up. But then I also like, you know, this sort of small setting that we have where, because it's something I wanted to mention for the 200th episode, but we're obviously running out of time. But the one thing I always loved about the podcast was just it allowed us to talk about things that we probably wouldn't have talked about in daily life. Mm-hmm. And like it brought a lot of different interests to people, brought a lot of different things to people. So I just want to say thank you to all of it. And I guess we'll close out here. Thank you all for joining us for episode 200 of season 3 of the, or just of the Rule 34 podcast in general, episode 45 on the season. Thank you all for joining. I've been Jack. I'll sign out for Dom.
Giovanni.
Thank you all for joining, and we'll catch you on the next episode.